Hey, y'all. Listen, happy Wednesday. Welcome into the building. I'm glad y'all spending time with the diva. Now, y'all know the routine. If you coming to spend time with me for this trending topics, do me a favor. Hit the like button, okay? So hit the like button as you come in, and let's get into this because we're going to have all with the time tonight because we got some stories for you. And the title is real easy, real simple. It's called Insane. Insane. Listen, I get it, right? There's a struggle going on right now in the economy for a lot of people. Eggs is out of control. I think that some places it's $10 for a dozen of eggs. That's almost $1 an egg. Prices have gone up. A lot of people are very scared because of who the president is and everything that's going on. They're just scared about life in general and the prices of everything. So with that being said, a lot of restaurants, a lot of small business owners, they are taking a hit big time. When you're a big store like a Target or Walmart, you could kind of weather the storm, so to speak. But when you're a small business owner, nobody's shopping, you can't weather the storm that long. A week of low business, let alone 2 or 3, and it could put you out of business. Especially because a lot of these small business owners, they are renting their space. They don't own it. And when you are renting and you don't own, the landlord can go up when they want to. And sometimes those retail rental spaces, the rent is astronomical. So we got this restaurant owner. Now, this was a regular customer. And that's why I go in and out with him. I understand he got upset, but he should have been in the business long enough to know that sometimes you got to chalk it up to the game. And one of his regular customers came in. He didn't tip the server. His bill was $19.89, and he left for $20 and kept it pushing. The owner decided he was going to go after him and chastise him and tell him he would slap the piss out of him. And I'm changing the words. Because he didn't give a 20% tip or 18% tip, whatever it was. And I keep telling y'all over here, you know, I try to give little free tips whenever I can. All you got to do is hit the like button, you get a diva tip. And my tip is, everybody got one of these. Everybody got a recorder in their hand. You know, when I was growing up and you wanted to record something like your vacation, whatever, people had those camcorders. Shout out to the people in the chat who remember camcorders. You had to hold it up like this. It was pretty big. Then they got some smaller ones. But they was recorders, camcorders, and they had like a tape inside. But now, you don't need all that. You just simply got to hit a couple buttons on your phone and boom, you're recording. It depending upon what social media you have, all you got to do is hit go live. And not only are you recording, but people are seeing the situation in real time. So he goes after him. He's cursing. He's going off over this 18% tip. And what is 18% of $19.89? Whatever it is, it costs them everything. It's not even $10. Costs them everything. The last I checked, over 1 million people saw the video. A lot of them are just straight up saying the restaurant owner was dead wrong because tipping is an option. Then they saying, you know, it was anti-black harassment because I guess the guy who didn't pay the tip was black. And now the man, he's embarrassed. You see how a split-second decision can change your life in a bad way? Then you listen, the young kid, I just haven't gone back to that story because literally I could give an update every day. Remember the story we did in Trending Topics where the young kid, he unalived another kid? A split second, and now his life has changed forever. Well, this business owner, now he's embarrassed. He embarrassed himself. He embarrassed his family. But you know what? I can get with a person that tries to make a wrong right. He apologized. The brother came to the restaurant. He sent the brother home with the other brother's favorite food and said, listen, I'm sorry. I was wrong. But you know what the problem is? Some people don't accept sorry. So we're going to talk about it. Insane. Then the next favorite story we got going on is Diddy's courtroom look. I didn't know. I'm telling you, I'm learning a lot of things as I'm blogging and doing these different trials and all that. I did not know that the court had to approve when you're already locked up. When you're not locked up, they don't got to approve nothing because you're coming from home. You dress how you want to dress because you're coming from home. But when you're already locked up and you got to go to court, the court got to approve what you're going to wear. So the court said he can dress business casual. He can have 5 button-down shirts. 5. That's it. 5 sweaters. 5 pair of pants. 5 pair of socks. I mean, they're thinking the child's only going to last a week. Because 555 seem to be the number. But only 2 pair of shoes and no laces. So they got to be slip-ons. Listen, I did a video on this early, and I'm going to say it to y'all for Trending Topics in case y'all didn't see my video. Since being behind bars, his hair has gone totally white. I'm sure he was dyeing it before, but listen, that's his business. But now, because he's behind bars, I guess he don't got, access to the people that, his stylists and all that. So his hair is completely white. If I was his team, I would leave it white. People feel, they feel a kind of way when you look older. So when they show that Cassie video and he got the black hair and he looked younger, the defense team could say he was dumb then, he was young. And the jury see him now, he got the gray hair. Leave it gray. That's my suggestion. Also, Diddy's used to wearing designer clothes. But he had a few months to not wear designer because he's been wearing the jumpsuit, right? With prison number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know his number, on his back. So my suggestion would be get nothing out of his current closet. Go to Target, Walmart. Get the very basic clothes. Nothing fancy. It's very basic. Have him look like the average man walking down the street. Because a lot of people out there, they got issues with people who got money. So have him dress down. So we're going to see, but we're going to talk about it because his courtroom look was approved. Then listen, I don't know if it's because of social media or it's just an upsurge of adults messing with children. It's disgusting. It grosses me out. The stepmother slept with her stepson. He was 15. She was married to his father. I'm never going to be one to say that the kids should not be able to see their other parent if the parents break up. But child, when you got to send your kids to a house where there's an unknown there, whether it be the stepmother is an unknown or the stepfather is an unknown, You got to be a praying somebody, because I don't know how you sleep at night. You send your kid to go see his father, and the nasty, disgusting, despicable, disrespectful stepmother sleeps with him. She was grooming him and flirting with him for a long time. And she finally slept with him. I don't even know what to say. And she was a nurse. And they revoked that nursing license from her, rightfully so. But I want to puke. How disgusting is that? You're sleeping with your stepson in the house with your kids in the bed, and because his father is out working the late shift. Father came home and he caught them. But instead of the father calling the police, he takes the kid to his grandparents' house. Another family member called the cops after they heard the story. Talking about disgusting. She needs to live up underneath the jail. And I'm not one to say I'm not into violence. But his mother should get to slap the piss out of her. Touching my kid. Yeah, come on, Increase Matters, sickos. Disgusting. Listen, guys, y'all know what I need in the chat because I done talked enough and I probably talked too much. What do I need? Because I'm about to board this train. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Insane. We got the person that didn't want to tip and then the restaurant owner went after him. We got Diddy's wardrobe for court, which is Monday, approved. And we got the stepmom sleeping with her stepson. She's gross. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Hey, chat. Hey, panel. Choo, choo, choo.
Choo, choo, choo. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, y'all.
All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get right into these stories, okay? So I guess first I'm going to go ahead and do this restaurant owner who went after the patron who did not want to give a tip and didn't give a tip. It's a mess. And then we'll discuss it. Hold on one second. Let me share the screen.
Over tipping lands an Evanston restaurant owner in some hot water. And now he's sitting down with our Sarah Maki to say he takes full responsibility, he's sorry, and his door's open to the other person involved.
Hey, bro, what do you want, bro? What do you want? I paid for my food.
Evanston restaurant owner Kenny Chou says he takes full responsibility for his actions in this video, taken Saturday afternoon, telling us he followed a regular into the street, intending to tell him never to come back after leaving without tipping again.
You gonna tell them? I paid for my food. I handed you $20. You can't charge me more than what the menu say. So what are you talking about?
But the tensions escalated, the men yelling at each other for several minutes as the customer walked away from the business.
Have you watched the video?
Yes.
And when you watched it, what did you see there?
Ashamed. I was just ashamed, bring shame to my wife as a husband, as an owner, at the same time, to my mom and dad.
The video ignited a debate online about tipping and led some people to leave messages on the sidewalk in shock, calling the business Table to Sticks anti-Black.
Table to Sticks, how can I help you?
Hey, you need food, okay?
I'm sorry?
Let me order some food, stupid bitch.
The backlash has forced them to stop taking calls, deactivate their social media, while Yelp has paused any new reviews.
Bro, you about to blow up on social media, bro.
When asked why he didn't tip, the customer told people online, "Oh, I just didn't want to." Chou tells us the customer's brother has since come in, describing their conversation as productive.
I apologized to him and to his family, and I was asking if he can pass this message along to his little brother.
Adding he sent the brother home with the customer's favorite order, a handwritten apology, and an offer.
My door is open for you, man. You know, come on by anytime.
From Evanston, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Sarah, thank you. And they also tell us that he's particularly worried this could hurt other businesses around him, saying he's heard a protest plan for outside his shop Saturday.
Let me share screen again. So angry restaurant owner threatens to slap the S out of a customer who didn't tip. How are my staff supposed to make money? An Illinois restaurant owner was caught on video closely following a customer down the street and chastising them, furious that they didn't leave a tip on their $20 meal. The heated showdown exploded outside ramen shop Table to Sticks in downtown Evanston on Saturday, April 19th, when the owner, Kenny Chou, turned the quiet block into a battleground, storming after the diner in a now viral video. Chou splintered at the unidentified customer who left a $20 bill to cover his $19.89 meal with no additional tip, calling him a piece of shit. The customer questioned why Chou continued to follow him down the street. Chou responded with 18%, the tip amount he expected to be given. I paid for my food. I handed you $20. You cannot charge more than what you paid. So what are you I'm talking about? The customer said in the wild clip. What do you mean? I paid for my food. The man repeats as Chou trails him. As the video continues and Chou does not stop following the customer, the annoyed customer demands that Chou get the F back, asking that he call the police if he wants to escalate the situation. The owner berated the customer and threatened to get the police involved until the customer snapped back. I paid for my food. I paid you $20. I'm not legally required to give you an effing tip. A belligerent Chou shrieked, I'll smack the S out of you, you punker, something, whatever. Shut your goddamn effing mouth. How are my staff supposed to make money? I'll slap the S out of you, he continued to yell. Table to Sticks, which had overwhelmingly positive reviews praising this ramen noodle bowls and cozy vibes, has since been flooded with bad reviews and was subject to a protest claiming that the video, which has racked up over 1.3 million views on X as well as Instagram, displayed anti-Black harassment. On Saturday, Chou apologized for his behavior, acknowledging that he was driven to rage by frustration over the struggling business. It was a deeply regrettable moment where I, Kenny Chou, lost my composure, Chou said during a protest outside of his restaurant. I stepped far beyond the bounds of respect and decency. Since the video went viral, Yelp froze the restaurant's page over the flooding of negative comments, and Chou took down the Roman joint's phone line and social media accounts. He also attempted to make amends, sending a customer's brother his favorite meal free of charge, as well as a handwritten apology. I apologized to him and his family, and I was just asking if he could pass this message along to his little brother, Chou told CBS News Chicago. However, the Evanston Police Department confirmed that an investigation into harassment is ongoing. Neighbors and students at nearby Northwestern University continue to boycott the noodle shop. When asked after the clip went viral why he didn't tip, the customer didn't mince words. Oh, I just didn't want to. It's a mess. It's insane. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So he's not sorry. He's sorry that this was recorded. He's sorry he made a butt of himself. But you know what? If you wanted the tip so bad, then you should have automatic gratuity to it. I hate it when restaurants feel like they have to. If you don't do it automatic, nobody has to tip you. It is what it is. And you know, in this economy, just like you're struggling, other people are struggling. You can't tell somebody what their jacket pockets is feeling. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants to put a tip on everybody for his workers, then he need to have automatic gratuity. But following somebody out and berating them because they didn't leave a tip is ridiculous.
Whew. Wayne, your thoughts?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. In DC, when I lived in DC, it was 2 Howard Law students who went to a Chinese restaurant. And when they left and they got the bill, they got the bill, they hadn't left yet. And they said, "What is this right here?" And they said it was tip because you people don't tip. That's what they told them. Well, it cost them $10,000 for each person because they sued and got $10,000 each. And did I see that man walking down the street with a bag in his hand?
I don't know.
I thought he had I thought he had a bag in his hand, which looked like
I feel like he had his apron. I feel like it was his apron.
No, I'm talking about the customer.
Oh, the customer they barely showed, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was a man. Well, oh, okay, but anyway, but still, to go after somebody, first of all, you must not like to live too much, because you roll up on some people with that aggression and it don't go well. He had no right to follow that man out there. Now he done lost the customer. Now he gonna lose money, and now he gonna lose. They say they're gonna protest or walk in front of his store, and he gonna lose some more money. Over 18%. You go in some places, if the service is not good, why would I tip? Why should I tip you if the service is not good? And my tip to the owner, if your people ain't making enough money, then give them a raise. That's it.
Ooh. Katrina, your thoughts?
I was thinking the same thing too, Wayne. If they're not making no money, why won't you give them a raise? You walk down the street, you chasing somebody for $3.42. You putting your life on the line for $3.42 to tip your workers. You could have gave them the $3.42 yourself, because that's all it was, $3.42. But the thing of it is, when I go to a place, if I'm sitting down in there and eating whatsoever and the service is pretty good, yes, I tip, but I don't tip on no receipt. I ask the person, do they have cash app, and I give the money directly to them, because I know they have to divvy up at the end of the night. But if that person is serving me, I would give the tip to them, ask them, do they have cash app. Now, if I'm going in and it's a to-go order and they ask the tip, no, I'm not, because I'm not sitting there eating and you're not serving me in your restaurant. I don't tip that way. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't, because I'm like, if I'm in a drive-through, why am I tipping you if I'm in a drive-through? It's not like I'm sitting down, you bringing me tea every few minutes or whatsoever. You're just giving me my order and I'm going by my way. But for him to run out that door for $3.42, now, and you in loss. How much money you in loss? Somebody calling and threatening the lady, saying fix my bank food or whatever. I mean, you just messed yourself up all over $3.42. But the thing of it is, Chinese don't like to give up nothing free. Even if you go to their buffets and you can't finish all the food, they're rather for you to throw that food away than let you take it home. Because if you take it home, you got to pay for it to walk out the door. So, I mean, now he's just getting his karma. And I wouldn't eat that food he sent home by my brother. No, ma'am. I don't know what you did to this. And you already mad about the customer service too? About the people protesting against you? Tell him you can get that little food right on back. But good luck. You lost business for $3.42. That's a dang shame. But that's all I got, Diva.
Yeah, he destroyed his business for $3 and change. Even if we rounded up to $4, but you know what? He snapped in the moment. A lot of people have this undercurrent depression and anger. And you know, entrepreneurship is not for the weak at heart, because you're going to have your ebbs and flows. If the economy is bad, the last thing people are really going to try to do is go out and buy food. And if they do, unfortunately, they're not giving tips. My neighbor, I was outside speaking to her today. Her birthday was last weekend. She told me now the restaurant that she went to, she said now it's automatic. They don't care about the party size. It's automatic 20% tip they add on your bill. And it says it on the menu. So this is what the times have come to. I guess, you know, the president is doing tariffs and the restaurants are doing automatic tips. It's crazy. But I think what's going to end up happening is less and less people are going to eat out. And this kid was a regular customer of his. So you probably, I think it's a lot more to play into this here. I think that, and he never gave tips, right? So I think he was angry just about the whole general factor overall. That's why he said his plan was to walk outside and tell him never to come back again. Because every time he come, he never gave a tip. But he should have looked at it. You know, one motivational speaker I listen to a lot, Tony Robbins, he said things don't happen to you, they happen for you. See, he should have looked at it in a different way and say, well, at least this man comes all the time and patronize my business. It's not like he's asking for free food. He did pay for the food. He just didn't give a tip. So because you didn't want to look at the good out of it, look at what happened. You know, when things happen to me, and I'm going to roll into the next story, I always try to look at the good side. There's some people, they will always look at the negative side and try to push blame and say this and say that. That was a regular customer. If he looked at the good side, that at least this man is coming to spend money when I'm having a struggling time, he wouldn't be. Now his whole business is really a struggle because they're protesting. They flooded it with negative Yelp reviews, and he had to close down the line because the people was cursing him out. And now he's in a town next to a university, and they're not even giving him that business anymore. It sucks. All because he had a temporary snap. I'm going to go ahead and roll into the next story. The next story, I guess I might as well do this stepmother and the stepson. She's just a disgusting, nasty, stinking mess. So Florida nurse caught by husband having sex with a 15-year-old stepson loses her medical license. A Florida nurse was allegedly caught by her husband having sex with his 15-year-old son following weeks of reported seduction and has lost her medical license, according to a report. Alexis Vaughn Yates, 35, had her single state nursing license revoked last week as she awaits criminal trial for last July's alleged statutory R of a minor who was visiting his father in Ocala, Florida for summer vacation, Law and Crime reported. Nurses are placed in a position of trust, the Florida Department of Health said in order, according to the outlet. Therefore, it is imperative that they demonstrate good judgment and good moral character. Ms. Yates' decision to engage in sexual activity with a minor child her decision to engage in oral and penetrative indicates that she lacks the good judgment and moral character necessary to be a registered nurse. And the statement on the April 5th, on 25th suspension read, on the night of July 26, 2024, Yates put her 2 children to bed and then hung out with her 15-year-old stepson on the living room couch. The pair reportedly hit the THC vape, played video games, and watched movies while his lineman father was working late, according to the Marion County arrest affidavit. At around 1 a.m., Yates flipped on a horror movie, Terrorizer 2, then further tempted the minor, declaring the movie was boring and stating how horny she was because she had not had sex in 2 weeks and she was on her period, the victim told the cops. The pair then cuddled closer, with the 15-year-old first kissing Yates on the neck, and the pair proceeded to make out, with Yates allegedly saying, "I wish you were 18 because you're not old enough," according to the affidavit. Yates then kicked off her panties, and the pair engaged in one type of sex and then intercourse without a condom, according to the affidavit. The unsuspecting father and husband came home from his blue-collar job to discover his wife and son on the couch, completely naked. The 15-year-old ran out of the house, but allegedly heard Yates explain that the child victim looked like his father when he was younger, the affidavit claimed. The father then drove his son to his grandparents' house, telling the boy he ruined his life while drinking beer on the drive over, according to the affidavit. Prior to the alleged SA, Yates allegedly engaged in several acts of seduction and overt flirtation toward the minor. I bet everyone thought you were my little boy toy, Yates allegedly said to her stepson as the pair finished a workout at a gym she belonged to. On another occasion, Yates allegedly made a show of making whipped cream and then put some on her tongue and stuck it out at the minor. Oh, you like that, she said salaciously, according to the affidavit. The 15-year-old also told cops that in a week leading up to the alleged sexual encounter, Yates would regularly speak to him about being horny. The day after the incident, Yates had to call the boy, saying she wished they had kept having sex and that her husband had not discovered them, the affidavit claimed. She also asked the 15-year-old to rate her sexual performance, to which he replied 7 out of 10, the affidavit read. A concerned family member reported the incident to the police after the boy's father neglected to call the cops, according to the affidavit. Yates was arrested in November, according to the news. Yates is charged with felony, lewd, or lascivious battery with a victim aged 12 to 16. Thank you. With a victim aged 12 to 16. She has pleaded not guilty. If you have been SA'd and live in New York, you can call 1-800-942-6906 for free and confidential crisis counseling. If you live outside of the state, you can dial 24/7 National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. Oh my gosh. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Not the dad that didn't even call the police. Oh Lord Jesus, I don't know what's going on in this world. It's more of these people with this corrupt mind that feel like they can just take advantage of these underage kids. I really don't see what's driving them. And she a whole hot mess. She a whole hot mess and their dad a whole hot mess. They trash can if I ain't never seen the trash can. I'm glad the other family members called the police though, because this is ridiculous. And I know that mama got to be upset that she sent her baby over there for the summer.
Thank you, in my opinion. Katrina, your thoughts?
This is sickening on top of sickness. Imagine if she's doing this to her stepson, who to say what she's doing to her patients? I mean, this woman is ridiculous. I mean, if your husband is not giving it to you, girl, go buy a vibrator. Go buy a sexual toy, okay? Or tell your husband that you need something. But don't take the innocence of a child. And this is what you did. This child is going to be scarred, whether he wanted to do it or not. And why are you sitting up there smoking THC with a child anyway? That's marijuana. Or I mean, that's the Mary Jane. So why are you even doing that? That's two things you violated. You gave them substances, then you took his innocence, which I don't know if he was a virgin or not. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, you still had no business going there anyway. And for the father to take the child to to his parents' house and not take him down there to the police station or something like that, he probably scolded the child and probably said it was the child's fault. Because why did you do that? And then are you still with this woman? He probably blaming the child. Because no father in their right mind would do that. They would stand by their son, take their son down to the police station or whatsoever and file a complaint if you cared. This is a ridiculous situation, and he probably need to be held for accessory for not reporting it, because you knew it was a child. The child was getting molested, and you didn't say anything. You took him to another family members, and they had to report it. So both of them need to be sitting in jail, not just the woman, the father too, because you didn't protect him at all. You instead of protecting him and doing what you need to do, you took him to somebody else. So none of them get a break. The dad need to be arrested and the mama need to be arrested. And then, like I said, she's a nurse. Child, I feel sorry for them patients. Anyway, but that's all I got, Diva. And I hope that child don't have any scars left dealing with this bull crap that he had to deal with. That's all I got.
Tay, your thoughts?
I want to add what Katrina said. You did this with this this teenager while you put your 2 kids in the bed while you do it. You just one plain nasty woman who preys on this boy. Why? Because your husband did not give you nothing at all, did not pay attention to you, because the man had to pay bill, had to make sure you had everything and the kids in the house. He had to work. What else you want him to do? And tell me that. And then I want to say something about that for you blame on your son. This right here. Shame on you, Dad. You should know better. You should know the red sign. That woman that you married to, she's a predator. You blame on your son for this right here. You shouldn't deserve to be a Father of the Year award. You blame your child right there. You should be a man up, step up right there. You supposed to be take care of this baby right here. You were supposed to protect your kids from predator. But no. You want to blame on this kid. That this kid probably think this is his fault. He didn't ask for it. The woman forced on him. That's all I gotta say, Dee.
Thank you, Tay Tay. Wayne, your thoughts?
This must be open season on minors by the parents, because this is ridiculous. If this wasn't enough, when you were going to do that, so I thought it was the one I saw, which was even worse. The dad comes home and catches the mom in the bed with their son. But he called the police and he said, I want her out of here. This should have been the same thing. And this is grounds for divorce. I don't care nothing about rich or poor, in sickness and in health until we do part. until D do us part. It's nowhere in the world that, for me, this is an unforgivable act for me. I would have nothing to do with it. She would have her clothes packed. However, I had to get her out of there, she'd be out of there. He should have been down to the police station and reporting it as an SA crime. But to blame your minor son, an adult present is responsible, is totally ridiculous. I don't know how these people live with themselves. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know how these people live with themselves either. This is disgusting. It grosses me out. Yeah, and then her kids was in the other room sleep. She's a sicko. She's absolutely a sicko. I'm gonna roll into our last story. And our last story is Diddy wardrobe for court has been approved. I have my ideas on it. Let me go ahead and share screen. So Diddy, I'm going to look good in court. No prison duds. Diddy gets to spruce up for his upcoming criminal trial. The judge just signed off on letting him go with a business casual look in court instead of his jail jumpsuits. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Diddy just got a signed order from the judge allowing him to receive non-prison clothing at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn to wear at next month's trial. Diddy's got permission to have up to 5 button-down shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 5 sweaters, 5 pairs of socks, and 2 pairs of shoes without laces to wear to court. Diddy made a few appearances in court as part of the federal case against him, but he's always been wearing jail duds. The Bad Boy Records founder was a pretty fashionable guy on the outside, and he founded Sean John back in the day. Diddy's trial is set to begin Monday, and it sounds like he's going to be looking dapper. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I don't think Diddy's gonna heed your advice. I think he's gonna come in there with his Versace on, probably some Stacey Adams with it. I don't think Diddy's taking this very serious. You know what I'm saying? I think Diddy think he's innocent, and he's gonna get away with all this stuff. And I'm just gonna say, good luck, brother.
The thing is, I not only do I not think like he needs to be having on designer stuff, he needs to leave his hair gray. But that's my opinion. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, you can always wear, if you're on the trial, they can always let you wear like street clothes or whatsoever when you go on the trial. But they changed the amount because Young Thug had too many outfits, and the folks just limited it down to 5, because they was bringing in different outfits every day. But he need to go in there dressed like he a Mormon. No offense to nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? How the Mormons be dressed up whatsoever to look godly, because babe, you got a lot of stuff hanging over your head, and you got a lot of axes in that fire waiting to chop you down. So your appearance means a lot. I've seen a lot of these people go in there, they look like movie stars before they go in there, but when they come out, they look like they're somebody on the streets. But maybe if he do keep the gray hair and the Mormon dress outfits, maybe they would have pity on him. But who knows? I mean, maybe that won't work either. Then they'll say he a nasty old man messing with a young girl. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know. We'll see how it go, Diddy. We'll see what you're doing Monday when you go to trial. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Julius, your thoughts?
He better go in there like a plain Jane. Like a plain Jane. Not like he got all this money. He better be a plain Jane, regular button-up shirt, regular sweater. Call it a day.
Takesha, why he shouldn't wear that jumpsuit? Because in the eyes of the jurors, it's going to be like he's already a criminal. You look a little more like you still on the outside when you're coming in there and you have on regular clothing. Raheem said gray hair, gray suit, white shirt. Well, there you go. Tay, your thoughts?
He better wear some original clothes. Not the fastest that is still he think he is still a celebrity. I'm just saying, just wear some original clothes or his jumpsuit. That's all, Diva.
Thank you, Tay. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, he should come in there. Not with I can see him wearing a suit, but it ain't got to be tailor-made and all this other kind of stuff. Look, you can still look neat. Because when you come in there before these people, you already got the cards are stacked against you. You got a lot against you.
Yes, you do.
Okay. You could at least come in there like you got some humility. You come in there dressed in Versace, Gucci, whatever, all the stuff, it make it look like you better than the people on the jury. Because them people watch everything. They watch your body movement, all that stuff. And if you sitting up there like, I'm going to get off, I'm not guilty, I ain't do nothing wrong, you're not showing any kind of humility, they pick that up. And a lot of that can weigh on their decision, whether you're guilty or not guilty. I'm not saying it's right. But at this point, you need to do everything that will put you in a better light to these people. And if he comes in there like that, that just, it could be the downfall for him. Something small like that. Oh, he think he better than us. That's just my thoughts.
No, I agree with you on your thoughts, right? Ronnie said it's going to be a circus no matter what he wears. I think it is going to be a circus no matter what he wears, but I think he can do less participation into the circus by not coming in there. And I'm not saying he would, with no red bottoms on and no clothes that look like they anywhere remotely designer. I said earlier, he needs to go to Target or Walmart. You get 5 plain white shirts. You get sweaters that are the neutral colors. You get the slip-on shoes, go to Kohan, or maybe get them from Target too. You get some plain, simple black socks, not white, black socks or something like that. Yeah.
We boycotting Target, Diesel.
I know, but listen, he got to get these clothes from somewhere, but he can't get them from no designer store. He can't get it from his closet. And he don't need to ask his son, Christian King Combs, to get it either. They need, they call them analysts. He needs one of those analysts to tell him how to dress for this trial. And they need to keep it simple, inexpensive, and that's it, clean. He's used to wearing a jumpsuit all this time, so he'll be okay downgrading to the very basic and simple clothing. Like Wayne said, everything he do is going to be, it's going to be looked with a fine-tooth comb. And I would say it is best to go in with this gray hair, especially because in the beatdown video, his hair is black. So the best fight they got is that he was high, drunk, younger, and didn't and whatever else. Hugo Boss is expensive, too good to leave you now. He can't get no Hugo Boss. I mean, that brand is expensive. He need nothing designer. He need everything to be bottom line basic. Thank you, everybody, for out there, all my mods. I appreciate y'all. He need everything to be basic. They're going to scrutinize the heck out of him from the way he walk, the way he's looking while those the witnesses are on the stand. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Mark has prepared him. Because what part of their preparation should have been, you have a actress that's a female up in the stand, Diddy sitting with his defense team, they pretending it's Cassie, and see what his facial expressions are going to be like when they're showing this video, when Cassie is talking about all the things that happened to her. Because this is going to sink him if he got the wrong facial expression or anything like that. And what's going to be interesting to see is how many of his family members will be at this trial. I suggest all of them come, and even baby Love, because this might be the last time that she get to see daddy without maybe a glass partition or something like that. I don't know. But listen, guys, anybody else want to say anything before I close out?
Diva, I just wanted to say that if Diddy's lawyers are good, they know about all them jurors. They done scrub social media on their accounts, everything. I bet they know all they need to know about these people. And if they're doing it right, they know how to, Diddy, we got some people on there, they know about fashions and stuff like that. So they don't come out there, we can't be doing suits. Just some little tips and stuff like that, knowing how maybe a juror may react, well, okay, you don't want to do this because this may, everything. Because at this point, everything is on the line. This is either life or freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to pull all the cards out if they good lawyers. If Ignifilo ain't messing around and doing his job right and doing research and all this stuff, that's what they best be doing, because it's a hard case and they got to have something in their corner. That's it.
They do got to have something in his corner. Well, too good to leave you now. You know what? On that note, they need to advise the whole family on how to dress. Well, he has 5 law firms. He does. Someone should be prepping him. Very true. I don't disagree. His mother looks like a madam. That is correct. And so on that note, and we had said it when we first saw Mama Combs go to the court the first time with that animal print jacket, dress on, and that blonde hair, somebody need to advise her too, because they're going to be talking about freak-offs in this trial. She needs another wig. Thank you, Too Good to Leave Me Now, because you reminded me. We got something else to say here. No cheaters. Come on. We got to help them out, because we never know who's listening. So they need to make sure that somebody figure out Mama Combs' wardrobe. Because the last you need is when they start to talk about the freak offs in that trial and the jury see his mother over there looking like she was running the freak offs. You ain't never lied too good to leave you now. This is bad. If they don't pull this thing together, this is bad. Yeah, they need to look conservative. Thank you. That's the word right there. So I don't know. Mama Combs like her blonde wigs. We'll leave her with a blonde wig, but I'm thinking maybe she got to wear a bob. And Mama Combs needs to wear black. Just wear black. I don't know. That's my suggestion there for Mama Combs. In my opinion, before I close out, should Mama Combs wear a bob in black?
Mama Cone should get a whole new stylist, okay? Let go of the blonde wig, and she should be in all white for repentance. Because they gonna point the finger at her. Oh, she trained them.
Oh, good God. Okay, Boogie said pull the hair back. Okay. Raheem said yes, a stiff bob. Katrina, what's your Mama Combs wear? Did I lose Katrina? I might have lost Katrina. Julius.
I'm back here.
Okay,
Mama Combs better dress like she sitting on the first pew in the church, cause I'm gonna get you sucker outfits. I ain't gonna get it. You can't dress like you somebody threw you up from the 70s. You gotta come in there and dress like you in the 2000s and dress conservative like you coming out of the church. Cause that I'm gonna get you sucker outfit stuff is not gonna fly. Cause people gonna think you was an old time pimp. I mean, ma'am. But yeah, she should wear something like she just came out the she was sitting on the first pew in church. That's all I got. And throw away that wig. Please throw away that wig.
ooh, child. They say Sasuke said Mama Combs will die looking cheap. Ronnie says she needs to wear kitten heels. I agree with you. Kitten heels. So we got some kitten heels. Y'all want her to throw away the blonde wig. And in my opinion, said she need to wear white. Julius, what should Mama Combs wear to this trial?
She better wear her a nun outfit. She better act like she a whole child of God. Can everybody hear me? I'm gonna say it again. She need to wear her a nun outfit. She need to act like she a whole child of God. Amen. Hallelujah.
Thank you. Tay, your thoughts?
She need to wear like flat heels.
Mm-hmm.
And no, no to the blonde hair. Wear something else beside a blonde hair wig, please. Probably wear a church of clothes or wear original clothes. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. Wayne,
Salt and pepper wig.
A salt and pepper wig. She ain't ready for that. She ain't ready for a salt and pepper wig, but you're right. It would probably work. So we could barely recognize her. Y'all, I think I'm feeling that. In my opinion, Wayne, what should Mama Combs wear?
Okay, I was on the lines with opinion. I'm thinking like a curly, gray wig, salt and pepper, whatever.
Uh-huh.
A long dress to cover up her knees, small flower print.
I cover up the knees.
Cover up the knees, small flower print.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of them shoes that old people have when they were, they got bunions and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
Okay. Now picture this. Do y'all remember the Carol Burnett show? You remember Eunice?
Yes, I do remember Eunice. Hey, everybody
Mama?
that way.
Remember
Yes.
Mama?
Yes.
Remember Mama? She need to come in and looking like that. And looking like I said in the chat, and looking like she need her son. She need to come in looking elderly. Like tomorrow's not promised to her. And she want the last few days with her son.
Because she is in her 80s, right?
In her 80s. And a blue dress like that, covering up her knees, would be perfect for her. And no boobs showing with the collar, the dress up to the collar up to her neck. Some old dollar store pearls or something. And try to get them to change their mind.
Not dollar store.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. None of them need to come in there looking like money. I'm not saying they gotta go all the way low. They need to keep it as neutral as possible. None of them need to come in there looking like money. But yeah, I'm glad y'all pointed it out. Mama Combs really need to tone it down. This is her son's life. His life is on the line. Somebody better shot these people out and told them we had the discussion over here. We are the people. Mama Combs, before they bring her back up in that court, they need to tone it down. Her first court appearance was horrific. The second one was not that much better, but it wasn't that bad. And remember, Mama Combs, the first one, she didn't even have on the proper undergarments. It was terrible. Yeah, there's no cameras. We're only going to get artist renditions, like the pictures. But we will get the pictures, and then we're going to oh my God. No, don't say that about the kids. I want to say, let me just grab this before I close out. Let me grab this Mama Combs. Just to remind y'all. That's
and don't forget the prayer cloth, Diva.
The what cloth?
Mama Combs gonna need the prayer cloth, you know.
Oh. Okay, so you know someone is going to put a microphone in Mama's cold face outside that courthouse. You know what though, Ronnie, last time when they told her your son's a predator, she ran so fast in that courtroom. She ain't going to answer no questions. This was Mama Combs. If she come like this, her son is going to get locked up for life. This was her first court appearance. This is what she looked like. This wig, the sunglasses, the cheetah print, the bad undergarments.
That gold necklace.
The gold necklace. This is terrible.
She look like a madam of a brothel.
She does. And this, we're saying this respectfully. So I hope Mark, he got 5 law firms. Tell Mama Combs she can't show up like this. And I don't know who this is next to Mama Combs, but she even looks more conservative. Why you bring Mama Combs to this court like that?
I don't think you tell Mama Combs what to do.
Well, you know what? Then she gonna look at this. This was horrific. She had on almost fishnet looking stockings. She had on heels. Mama Combs, the first one, was an epic fail. Look at that.
She looked like she could be in the freak off.
That's the problem I'm having. That's the problem I'm having. She loved her blonde wigs. The next time they went, she looked like this. She loved that blonde. She got to take that wig off. You see right here? Which one? What's his name again? Is this Justin? Justin got it right. All black in a white shirt with a collar. This is what you got to do right here. This is how they need to go to court every single day. They got to tone Mama Combs down. I don't know what
they need to find Mama a human hair wig, because that synthetic is not doing it for her.
This is fine what Christian has on, all gray. Look at this. Mama Combs didn't even have the proper undergarments on. But what Christian Combs have on is designer, but I'm gonna let him live. This that first court look was terrible. It was horrific. They're gonna lock him up because they're gonna associate her with something like, what was that show that Terrence Howard did? Empire. Hustle and Flow. That's what she looking like, Mama Combs. Oh, this is terrible. She has been wearing cheap blonde wigs since I was in high school in the 90s. Just wear a black pantsuit. Yeah, that's what Mama Combs need to put on. And we got to tone down that wig. Oh, God. This is horrible. I don't know what to say. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all being not Cookie Lions. I appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, you hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Raheem, yes, the wig has got to go, but so does her wardrobe. It looks like a cheap bra. It looks like she don't even have on a bra. Let me just. I'm
You
about
better
to
call Portia Williams and tell her give her one of them go Nikki hair.
She better. She don't. It don't look like she even have on no bra. One thing I tell you, that family thick as thieves, but whoo, child. Good luck, Diddy. Comb.
She look like a meatball with some cheese on top. That look.
Hit the like button, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Good night and goodbye. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Trending Topics.